Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the art sequences activity. The goal of this activity is to get students familiar with some of the basic sort of transformations that we can do. So translations, reflections, dilations, and sequences of these. Now, I really recommend don't just jump into this technical language because these are like really technical words. You can match student language and see how they describe these things. So instead of translations, you could instead say something like slides, or maybe shifts is a popular one. Instead of reflections, popular option is flips. So you flip shapes as the reflection. And then dilations, squeeze and stretch, those kinds of words. So you can often just, whatever words students are naturally using, you can mirror their language and help deepen their understanding, and then just drop in, oh, this is what math people call a reflection. Okay, so the activity that we're doing, or the first one anyway, is art sequences. And you all have already done this, maybe getting a little familiar with it. So the idea is you want to pick a shape and call it generator A. So my selection for generator A is going to be this one here. I'll call number 1A. And then you want to describe the transformation to get from that shape to another one. Call it shape B. I'm going to call this one shape B, number 3. And let's see. And you want to be careful about how we do this. So it looks like we need to move it over. So it needs to move over here. So it looks like first we've got a translation. But again, you can call this just a shift or a slide. And then it looks like the corners aren't matched up, so we need to spin it around like that. So it looks like the 2, we've got a rotation. Spin, and then it's not the right size. I got to shrink it down a little bit. Okay, so we're going to shrink down that square just like that. Okay, so then lastly there's a dilation. Okay. And so you can you describe these sequences of transformations, get from shape A to shape B, and then you pick another one to do shape C, and you continue on and so forth. And if the students are really, really getting it, you can challenge them about like, okay, we rotate, but like about what point are we rotating? Are we spinning it like about the middle of the shape? Or are we doing it about a corner? And you can kind of fold in some more advanced ideas like that. This is also a really good opportunity to ask reasoning questions. So you can say, well, how do you know we need to spin it? Oh, it's because the corners don't match up. Or you can ask, why do you know we have to dilate it? And this is a really good opportunity to get the students to reason together, right? So you can really make sure that the conversation is being contributed to by everyone at the table and everyone's working together to understand, oh, yeah, I think we need a rotation because of this, right? So it's really focus on that active collaboration. Okay. The second activity that we are going to be doing is the collective art activity. So the idea of this is you're going to split into teams, and just for the sake of simplicity, let's say we've got 2 teams. Let's say we've got one team that draws a shape, and let's say they're going to go simple. They're going to draw a triangle. Okay. And then let's say we've got a second team, they love cats, so they'll draw like a little kitty shape. Okay, and so the idea is that you want to take turns alternating and transform the shapes. So let's say, okay, Team Triangle says we want our shape to be spun around. So, okay, so Team Cat has to come in here and say, all right, so we're going to take this triangle, we're going to spin it. So let's get another triangle going. So we're just going to rotate it like that. And now you can really see, okay, do we want to rotate it so that the centers match up? Do we want to rotate it like about a point? And so you can encourage students together to go back and forth and discuss the specifics about how exactly they want this piece transformed. And then, once the triangle is transformed, say, okay, now Team Cat, you go and say, okay, we want this cat to be made bigger. We want a bigger cat. So let's see if we can make this cat a little bit bigger here. We want to make it big like that. And then you can discuss, okay, do you want it twice as big? Do you want it 3 times as big? You can really get into the details and have students go back and forth and really converse and actively collaborate about how they want this work to go. And then once everyone has agreed that it looks absolutely fabulous, you can finish the activity and you could summarize like, okay, what did we learn like about how exactly these transformations are specified, right? But again, you don't have to use such technical language.